Good morning, student. Welcome for today's science class in 7th. How are you all? I hope you all are well, good and revised your last chapter. We are starting new chapter, that is reproduction in plants. Yes, reproduction in plants. Like from one generation to another, the living organisms survive. Like from your parents you are there and it will goes on, the generation will goes on. Same with the plant also, they will keep on going, the generation will keep on going. That is all related to the reproduction. So different plants has different mode for the reproduction. So we are going to study this only today. Reproduction in plants, the production of new individuals from their parents is known as reproduction. This is the definition of the reproduction. The production of new individuals means new one is reproduced from their parent plant we are talking about, and that is called reproduction. In case of plants we are studying now. So the production of new individuals from their parents is known as reproduction. Okay, this is a general definition. So different modes are there in different plants. Every plant follow a different kind of mode of reproduction. So flowers are the reproductive part of plant. As we all know, flower is the reproductive part. It contains both male part and female part in a single flower, or many times one male flower is there and one female flower is there. We will study them in the deep further. Okay, so female part produce female gametes and male part produce male gametes. So we are going to study the two methods, asexual method of reproduction and sexual method of reproduction. So we will take them one by one. We are continuing with the topic. Two types we have studied, asexual and sexual reproduction. Now sexual reproduction in plants. Sexual reproduction in plants, the production of new plant from a single parents without the involvement of gametes, that is known as asexual reproduction. That means new plant we are getting from a single parent, and the involvement of gametes is not involved in this case, right? So fusion of gamete is not involved, no seed formation take place, and new plant will produce identical to the parent plant. As the parent plant is there, same plant will be grown from that plant. Means new plant what we are getting will be same, or we can say identical to the parent plant. Okay, next is sexual reproduction in plants. The production of new plants from the existing parents by the fusion of their gametes. So what we are saying that the fusion of the male gametes with the female gametes, and with their fusion new plant is formed, that is leads to the formation of new seed. So mostly reproduction takes places by this method only. Now we are going to take asexual reproduction method stepwise. Many methods are there. We will take them one by one. Next beta, what we are going to continue is asexual reproduction in plant. First part we are going to start, that is fragmentation. What is fragmentation beta? As one segment was being multiplied again and again, right? Whole fragment is going to multiply, not one cell. Whole fragment is being multiplied. That is called fragmentation. And that occurs in which type of plants? We can say algae. Algae is a very good example in this case of fragmentation. It multiplies or it reproduces with the formation of fragmentation. How? We will read some important points that are green patches that are floating on water bodies. You can see in the lakes, rivers, not rivers, the ponds where the holding water was there, where you can find the green patches, right, which are floating on the river bodies or water bodies, I can say, the standing water mainly. So growth of these green algae, we will say that floating green body is algae, and that floating green body that is present, that is called algae, and a word we are going to give this is Spirogera. Yes, you are correct. Spirogera, the algae which is floating on the water bodies which are standing, right? Still water bodies, I can say. Spirogera matures. What happened? The Spirogera matures itself and it breaks down into more fragments. Okay, 1 to more fragments. And each one form new Spirogera. Again that Spirogera is matured and again it has broken into more segments or more fragments. Okay. So it is a very fast process, and in a very short period, one and more algae or one or more this Spirogera has formed. Okay. So they covered a very large area in the plant formation, and they'll multiply very repeatedly and very fastly and cover whole the water body. Okay. So this is the diagram I have drawn. The parent Spirogera is this, and when it was get matured, I can write also, when it is get matured, it is broken down into 2 more new fragments, and after that this and this again get matured, and then it will further formed into 2 more fragment. So this will goes on, and a lot of Spirogera will be seen on the still water. Now we are on the second point, that is spore formation. How the asexual reproduction in plants take places with the spore formation. So these type of spore formations occur in the fern and mosses like plants, right? So these are non-green plants, of course, and in ferns and mosses it can be seen. Spores are asexual reproductive bodies. So these are the asexual reproductive bodies in the ferns, beta. Okay, and each spore is covered by hard protective coat. Hard protective coat is there, and it will not going to be break in the unfavorable conditions. Like each spore that cannot be overcome with these unfavorable conditions like high temperature, high humidity. It is not going to be break. Like whenever it is having the favorable conditions, it will germinate. Yes, whenever it is having the favorable conditions, it will germinate and develops into the new one. What new? New plants. A new structure that is formed is called Sporogia. Is called Sporogia, and each Sporogia in this firm condition, let's see. In the firm condition, Sporogia is in the cluster formation, and one single one is called sori. Okay, it is found in the cluster formation, and single one is called sori, and it is present in a group form in the ferns. And this sori is under the leaves. You can see many pores, many spores of very small soris can be visible under the leaves. Okay, this is all about this ferns we can discuss, and it can also be seen in the bread mold. I can write bread mold. Yes, the bread mold can hyphae, and due to these hyphae, these like structures with having a head like this, and this head will break down and many spores will burst and they scattered over it, and again when they get matured they again get a Spirogera and matured and then again burst again. So it will goes on and go on. And so bread mold, green mold that we able to see on the breads are due to this only. Okay. Now beta, we have done with all these topics, we have done the introduction of sexual and asexual reproduction in plants, and we have discussed one or two modes also. Further, we will discuss about the vegetative propagation. Till then, introduce yourself with this chapter and we will continue in the next topic. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.